Hey God.
It's well.
Hi.
No, Kimi.
Yes, yes.
People have gone to people have
You
gone
look
to
amazing,
fresh.
Rosie. As always, actually.
You too. Thank you.
Don, I don't know about you. Are you looking amazing or not?
We are men.
No, he
We are
looks
man. We
good.
know said
He looks like the Don. He's
Oh my God.
we are men.
you know to see the argument on
We
Big
know
Brother
said
right
don't.
now is about this man and woman thing. I was laughing.
So I'm trying to create a banner so that the thing will show. I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone said quick
Hmm.
transformation. Oh my God.
I
Wow,
don't know.
who is
Can you
quick?
imagine? Quick transformation, right? Nah. There's no transformation here.
Okay, so although this thing I don't know whether to remove it or not. Well, it's like we are live, sir.
Hmm.
Can you imagine?
We are live. You took us live.
Oh man, you didn't know we're live.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I was trying to check. All right, so let's go ahead, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know we I didn't know we were
Mhm.
live really. I thought okay, let me shift myself to the middle. Fine.
Exactly.
Aha,
Okay,
exactly.
good. Oh wait.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, so guys, you're welcome to this live stream. Glad that we are here. I don't know why I'm not appearing at the middle like that. Okay. All right, so good to have us here. Today we are going to be looking at how to build a personal economy in
Mhm.
uncertain times. And from the post that I made on my timeline, I said something that since the inception of this administration, I have not really watched them on TV because I have really been sad, so to say. And we're beginning to feel the import of the times. I mean, I used to spend 10,000 naira on food. You know, I used to spend 10,000 naira on food on a daily basis in my family. Right now, um, I'm beginning to see if I will start spending 20,000. That's if I don't have other food stuff in the house. And then
Yeah.
petrol on a daily basis. Before I used to do 2,000 naira, between say 7 o'clock in the evening and 1 a.m. in the night. I mean, early in the morning. Now I'm doing sometimes 5,000, 6,000 naira on a daily basis. Not to talk of transportation. I mean, sometimes when I do both, it's a lot more. Like prices are now twice. Places that we used to do for 1,000 is 2,000, 3,000 naira. I mean, and I cannot keep complaining on social media to come and complain the president is doing this one, the leadership is doing all that. Nobody is going to be giving me money if I keep complaining on social media. Nobody will give me money. So Emeka, oh, it's small. Sorry for all the complaints. Take 5,000 naira, take 10,000 naira to go and deal with your family. So I decided that instead of complaining, what I need to do is to see how I can build my extra income streams. And not just building extra income streams, doing some other things that can help me to bring in money, basically, to be able to survive. Because the times are quite uncertain. I mean, we go to the market and you find out that what you bought for, say, 1,000 naira yesterday now becomes 1,005. You go back the next day again, it becomes 2,000 naira. I mean, it's uncertain. Nobody knows. The things are just, hanging in the balance here, there, and there. I mean, that's crazy. And so that's why we're having this conversation. And on this live stream with me is China Zafevo and Rosemary Obi. And we are here on this live stream for this great conversation tonight because I feel that this conversation is going to be of great benefit to as many individuals who are joining us on this live stream. But before that, before we go into that conversation, one of the things that we are doing on our own by ourselves is also to help a whole lot of individuals. and that's why Rosie is here. Rosie is creating what has created what we call the Wealth Creation Conference (WCC), and she will share with us in a few minutes what that conference is all about, because it's all about creating wealth, and that's what we ought to be thinking about now. That is what is going to occupy. That's what ought to occupy our thoughts. How can we create wealth for ourselves in these very, very uncertain and painful times? So please, Rosie, go ahead and share with us about the conference.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with the Don himself, Emeka Nobi, and my delectable Chinaza Favor, the healer. So this too has been a great inspiration. In fact, I would also say that they were part of the inspiration for TWCC, the Wealth Creation Conference. If you can see, my t-shirt already says it all. I am a wealth creator. So that's a mindset. That's a mindset. So every time I look at this, every time I think about it, there's something it does through my mind. That's the way to start first and foremost. So having repeated that phrase over and over again, it stuck. That was early this year, so it stuck. But nothing actually happened before it was fully conceived. I knew I was going to be doing something on personal development and impact on people, but I actually didn't have clarity on it until I attended the conference at Benin that was organized by Esther, the Big Game Conference. So listening to Mr. Ogochukwu speak that day, I got the answer and the clarity for the project I wanted to do for 2023. I've always had projects, to celebrate my birthday kind of. By the way, my birthday was just a few days ago, and so got all the love in the word and everyone, it felt so good having to receive gifts and all those beautiful words from people that I don't even know, the family here. So that's part of how the perception for the wealth creation started in the first place. But then why wealth creation as a project for 2023? Why not something else? Why not growth acceleration like Steven is doing? Why not Connect Conference like Joseph Esteem did? Why wealth creation? Anyways, the answer is not perfect. Don has already said a lot about that. The economy is not laughing, and so no one should be laughing about their situation presently. Everything gets increased by the day. You are talking about 15,000 in the house. I live with 5 adults, right? And these people eat. They consume food. They don't eat. They consume food, right? So 15,000 is like what we do on a daily basis if they have to do transport and everything. So on a daily basis, that's like what is going to go off the account. So all of this was a way to actually solve this problem that we are facing right now in the economy. How can you improve yourself? How can you improve your finances? How can you be comfortable in this perilous time? What can you do to actually not feel these things from the leadership, the country, and all of that? Thinking around all this helped me to understand that there was more I needed to do, which was to impact and teach the generations how to create wealth, right? The whole essence is to put everyone on that pedestal where you're thinking, okay, what should I do differently to create wealth? How can I improve my finances? When all those questions are going on in your head, we decided to put together this conference to bring solutions on the how of wealth creation. Because if you don't have knowledge, if you're ignorant about the situation, you don't have the knowledge to actually solve that problem, you will continue to bicker. The economy may not even get better. The economy, this may be motivational or inspirational promises. Okay, let's keep looking forward to a better Nigeria. I'm not saying it's not going to happen sometime, but in the interim, in the now, what should you do to actually come out of the situation, or at least while you're still living, before you leave the world? What can you do to improve your family, to improve yourself, to improve your finances? That was the questions that went around before we're able to put this together. So in this conference, most people who rely on one source of income, most people who rely on one flow of income. Let me use salary, for instance, because a lot of people actually still believe in salary. For me, salary is a package. Salary is just a hammock. It's a figment of an imagination. It's something that they tell you or they pay you to mortgage your future or forget your purpose. So, but then it's okay to actually earn salary every month. But then if you have bills to pay daily, how do you take care of it before waiting till the end of the month? For instance, I had worked as a teacher. I taught for 8 years. And in that 8 years, I was trying to save up money to be able to start up my own business and become an entrepreneur, a successful one at that. Because I come from a family that has 8 children. I'm older than 8 people. So I have 8 siblings, right? My dad is not buoyant in the real sense of having all the flamboyant lifestyle that we should have been able to, afford. And my mom is late. So coming from that kind of family, we're even below average to say. I didn't want to end up like my parents. I used to tell them then, I can never live your kind of lifestyle. Like watching them suffer every other time to be able to feed us, right? It was a tough thing to see. It was a tough situation. So I had broken out of that genes. I had broken out of that, whatever it was. But that was how I started working on my mindset. I said, I don't want to be like my dad. I don't want to be like my mom. Even if I am supposed to be like them, I don't want to be entitled to them. Whatever they have is theirs. What I will create is mine. I am a wealth creator. I am attracted to money. Money is attracted to me. I would dominate my world. The economy will have no effect on me negatively. Instead, it will keep providing or something like that. So I kept making all those affirmations while I came out of that situation. I had already also told myself that I will be able to afford the kind of lifestyle that I will live. Whether the economy is bad or not, it will never be the determining factor on how I should live my life. So it started with the mindset of I can never be poor. I am allergic to poverty. I don't want anything. I should be able to fly business class when I want to travel. I should be able to normalize not watching my fuel gauge when I'm driving. I should be able to, afford certain basic lifestyles and, amenities that are necessary for a good life. So when I had worked on myself, it worked for me. And then I said, okay, now it's time to impact generations. With or without the economy, whatever, with or without subsidy, whatever is happening in this time, it's not my business. There is a way out. And so thinking around all of that, and then it's not a salary thing. Thank God for COVID. While people were shouting there is a casting down, Rosemary was shouting there is a lifting up. Because that was the point when God said, okay, it's time for you to actually do this thing that you have always wanted. Stop suffering with this average salary that you're paid as a teacher. You can actually improve by creating different streams of income for yourself. So currently I do 8 different things, but they're all, intrinsically nated. And all of them, when I'm around or not, they provide daily credit alerts. That was actually what authored my daily credit alert book. Because if I'm not sewing, there's a laundry service that the outlet gets me money. The laundry service is not there. I sell vintage fabrics, they get me money. If it's not there, I'm an MC, I'm a public speaker, right? And I also do Uber services in weekends. During weekends, I also have exclusive Uber services. There are people that I go pick up from the airport and all of that. So there are 8 different ways I earn. So when I started that 2 years ago, I found out that it's a system that is working. What I now did was employ some people to be handling certain things while I now concentrate on public speaking. And then personal finance has also always been my thing, coming from that I don't want to be poor. I hate poverty. I'm allergic to poverty. So I had to train on that, worked on my mindset. Hence, I'm a personal finance and mindset coach. And this is what I want to push into the World Creation Conference. And I have also put together people, industry experts, leaders who have worked in various industries and have also proven strategies that have worked, like blueprints. You see them, their lives are successful. At least both of them are here watching right now. Emeka Nobi, Chinaza Feva Ogo, Chukwu Omo Ogo, Abioye, okay, Dr. Abioye, okay, Sam Sule, Gloria Mercy Johnson. You meet all of them on that day. They are the ones, it's not Rosemary who's going to be doing all the teachings. These people are there to teach you the how of wealth creator. world creation rather. So in the midst of all that is happening at the moment, you find out that you could not just sit as a couch potato and just fold your hands and be crying all the time. Because the more you cry, there's not going to be a solution. So all you need at the moment to come out of the first step is to do what? Get knowledge. Come out of ignorance, get the knowledge. Once you have gotten the knowledge of what to do, how to create wealth, how to better this economy of yours, because it's not mine. Mine is not suffering that much. That's what I believe and it's working. How to come out of whatever situation that is, how you can still live a normal life, irrespective of the economy, and not allow Nigeria to happen to you. Those hows, those solutions are what we want to give to you on the 12th of August 2023 in Abuja at Abuja Continental Hotel, that's formerly Sheraton Hotel. And then, of course, there's a whole lot more that you do, but the point is learn how to come out of, or how to thrive in this, uncomfortable time, and above all, how you can create generational wealth so that even after, whether the economy happens tomorrow or not, whether there are uncertainties tomorrow or not, whether there are perilous times or not, you will not be affected. Your family will not be affected. Generations to come will not be affected. So that's it. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rosie, for that. Before Chinaza speaks, since I'm at the middle, and we started from your side, we have come to the middle part. All right. I want to share a few things that I do regarding building my personal economy. And I think I subscribe to the fact that it is about the mindset first and foremost. But meanwhile, guys, if you are joining us right now, please go and tag your friends, tag 50 of your friends to be here. All right, go in the comment section and tag 50 of your friends, or share this post and tell as many individuals to come join us right now for this conversation. All right, join. Tag your friends, tag your friends, tag your friends, tag them in the comment section right now. 20, 30 of your friends, let them come join us, because this conversation is very topical. It's something that touches the lives of as many individuals right now in Nigeria, right? Okay, so tag them to come, and then also share the live stream. Beneath the video, beneath the screen is the share button, all right? Either you're on Chinaza's timeline or my timeline or Rosie's timeline. Just tap the share button beneath the screen and share the live stream. All right, so it starts as you said from your mindset basically, and one of the things that I'm doing right now is you see some of these things that we read in the Bible. Some of these men that we tend to feel that they are not Christians, so to say. They practice these things. For example, this thing that they call law of attraction. I know I've watched their videos many years ago, but it's now started to make sense a whole lot to me. Meditation, deep meditation, and all that. Like in my office, how I do that is that I just play the meditation in my office, And the one I was listening to day before yesterday was Wandea. Wandea was saying something that everything that I need to be able to live out my dreams and aspirations will come when I need them. So I try as much as possible to keep my meditations, and it helps me because you find out that there's something that you're thinking in your head. I give you a particular example what happened today. So I put out on my timeline, and I said that I wanted to know some great blogs that could be of great advantage to me to help me to spread my works. As I put that out, because I always now believe that there will be a helper out there. I got some guys coming into my inbox and giving me contacts of individuals that I actually needed to speak to that will either not collect money or give me at a certain percentage. And I mean, I see these things happen. I want to do something. It's in my head. I'm thinking it. I'm dreaming it. And someone comes into my inbox and says, Emeka, I want to help you on this. I want to help you on that. All right. So it starts first and foremost with the mindset. Are we denying the fact that we are living in painful times? No, we're not denying the fact. But we're saying that even when we are living in the painful times, there's something that can be done to circumvent. If you allow your mind to become subsumed by the pain and that's where you are finished entirely. Because if you are defeated in the mind, that means you'll not be able to take all the efforts to be able to. This morning I woke up in the morning, I was like, okay, something that an asset that I created, and I know that these 6,000 individuals have bought this asset. That means there's something in this asset. And then I'm thinking, how can I take this asset and put it in the hands of more people, thousands of individuals? And then thoughts began to just come because I've come to realize that it's all in the mind, first and foremost. Okay, so your mind has to be, when they say your mind is where it's like a garden. You have to keep cultivating it correctly such that it can build your life profitably and make your life, more beautiful. So it starts first and foremost. So one of the things I said I'm doing right now is to play out, those words that attract things to myself. So it's about affirmations that I do, and it's not the usual just speaking it out. No, for me it's not about speaking out now. It's about the visuals. So I just play it on my TV. I play it in the office, and I'm watching those who are living beautiful lives. Beautiful houses, beautiful cars, and all that, and they imprint onto my memory. The more that these things imprint into my memory, the more that wealth becomes more attracted to my in my direction. It means that there will not be any place. For example, think of it in this way. Many of the things that you see in the daytime, like you think about, they are imprinted in your memory. By the time you start to sleep in the night, although it's not 100% happening to everyone, but you find out that by the time you sleep at night, some of these things begin to play out in your dreams. Like that's why I don't watch horror movies. I don't watch certain things because when I sleep at night, they begin to torment me in my dreams. Like I don't watch. This one they say 1,000 ways to die. On DSTV. I have never tried it before because I realized by myself when during the Arlo 4, the Arlo 4 guys when they were killed many years ago. I watched them, that particular thing on BBM back for 4 good weeks. I was tormented in my dreams every blessed day. And so I realized that the American Nobis, no, anything that will torment me in my dreams, do not watch. So I don't watch that. I don't watch all those nasty stuff, all those. If it's not movie that I know that it was orchestrated, it's not real. Then I know my mind tells me, oh, this is not real. But then those real things that are dastardly to watch, I don't watch them. And so it shows me that the more I imprint into my mind these beautiful scenarios of living in the house, beautiful house, driving a beautiful car, the more these things come in my direction. That's the first thing. The second thing I started to do was to expand my income assets. And the easiest way for me to do is my digital assets. My digital assets. I mean, they're easier to create. So what I'm doing right now is to create as many that will give me the opportunity for people to buy more from me. So my digital assets, and then secondly, my physical assets. Like I've written my 11th book. I have 11 books on imprinted format. 11 books. And during my conversations with the Dawn at 43, I mean, people were buying all the books, all 11 of them. And up till now, some individuals will reach out to me and say, okay, how much are your books? I send them, and they pay for 11 of them. So the more the assets that I have right now, the more the possibility of expanding my income. The third thing I began to look at now is physical businesses. So it's not just for me to do digital stuff. And I'm not owning these businesses fully by myself. So I'm buying now stakes in different businesses. So right now I have a VTU company that I have a stake in. I have a food business, Akara Boy, that I'm a stake in. I have the fashion brand that have a stake in 50-50% with my partner Namdibe. I have the real estate company that I'm co-owning with my younger brother. So 5, and then I have Super Consulting. So 5 of them. It's not easy to build the 5 of them, but the more we build, the more we have the opportunity to even. This evening, I started discussing with another guy on the recycling business, where all around us here in the city of Port Harcourt. I know that today is Sunday and yesterday. I mean, so many PET bottles have been let loose on the streets. And so this guy does recycling. He takes them and he breaks them into chunks and he transports them. He sends them to Europe and they pay him. So I'm having conversations with him. And I'm like, okay, how can I come into the business? I don't think I want to fully run mine, but how can I be part of what it is they're doing so that I can get profits back? So so that's it in terms of expanding my assets, digital assets and non-digital assets. The third thing I'm doing currently is connecting with individuals who can bring me into larger places. You get what I mean? Like I deliberately now reach out to people that I know that are doing amazing stuff and they are connected to bigger platforms, and I want to have a relationship with them because I know that having that relationship with them can bring me into places that can enable me to earn much more. So it's a conscious effort of mine when I go to speaking engagements, when I go to certain offices, when I connect with certain individuals. I want to have the relationship with them because I know that they can lead me into greater means of earning a lot more. All right. So, and then finally, investing. So I'm thinking investing is not in terms of getting percentage back and all that. I'm investing for the future. I'm investing in the Nigerian real economy, and that will help me to remain in wealth as I begin to age. Because definitely, we're all aging, basically. So these are the things that I'm doing, for myself, building my economy, helping me to remain. Because I wouldn't want to reduce my lifestyle, so to say, just because of the things that are happening in the nation right now. I want to be
Yeah.
able to still
Yeah.
enjoy my DSTV. I still want to be able to do
Yeah.
my flights. I still want to be able to do my Bolt or my Uber. I still want to be able to, I mean, if I want to sleep in a hotel, I sleep in a hotel. I still want to be able to do vacation, you know. And so, being able to do these things, my mindset, expanding my digital assets, improving my relationships, and fourthly, thinking of investing. Investing in small chunks here and there in the Nigerian economy that can help me to build wealth into the future. So, these are some of the things that I'm doing to be able to build the economy for myself. I think that at this point, Nazar has um, what she would like to share with us regarding building our personal economy. So, back to you, Nazar.
Wow. Can we share the grace already? Because you've shared a lot. I think we all have the same starting point. Yeah. Going back to the mind. To the mind.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
that every success that we will
Yeah.
ever have starts from our mind. If you're going to be poor in life, it's in your mind. If you're going to be rich, it's in your mind. If you're going to be wealthy, actually, it's in your mind. And like I wrote today in the copy that I wrote, maybe you've not started building wealth, but at least you can get started, right? You are not a millionaire now. You are not a millionaire in dollars, but you can actually start becoming a millionaire. You can start on your journey. So it starts in the mind, and that's where I'm going to start. I remember when I used to have very serious apathy to money. Anything that has to bring me money, I run away from. In fact, if you're giving me money, I'm running away from money because why? Why should they give you money, right? I didn't. I just didn't. I was too content. You know how people say be content. Contentment is my own was about contentment. I did not want money. As long as I have just enough to eat, I don't need much. I just want to be happy. And to me, happiness was not tied to money. But as I started working on my mind, I started seeing that actually, if you don't have money, you're going to be sad, and you might even sin against God. So I started working on my
Yeah.
mind, you know, and then I
Yeah.
saw several scriptures, especially this one that says, "When men are cast down, you shall say that there is a lifting up," and that really, ties down to what is going on in Nigeria
That's
right now.
true.
Many people are suffering, many people are complaining, the economy is hard. And we might say this as a joke, right? Ah, this Tinubu's economy. Times are hard. You might say it as a joke, but you are actually confirming it to yourself. And the truth is, your subconscious mind does not know what is true and what is false. But once you say it, it is taking it seriously. So when you say that times are hard, not even as nobody should ask me for money. Times are hard. I don't get money. You will not get money, So I started paying attention to the words that I say to myself. words that I say to people. Even when my baby asks me, "Mommy, I want you to buy this for me," I don't tell him I don't have the money. I say, "Okay, it's not a priority right now. We're going to buy it later." I never say that times are hard, because when you say it, you have shut the possibility of you seeing, better things, right? So if you're going to be rich, it starts in your mind. You have to believe that you have the capacity to be rich. This evening, I was scrolling on the streets of Instagram, and I saw a particular backyard. When I mean backyard, but this backyard is so fine. I said, "This is my dream backyard." Like, I desired it. I desired it. And the question that came just after that was, what can I do to have this kind of? What do I need to do? What do I need to do more of? So before now, I didn't desire good things. I did not really good things. I didn't desire much. If it were before now, I would have seen that backyard and said, "Oh, that's really nice." But I desired. I said, "This is." I'm a fan of greenery, so it was so beautiful. I said, "I want this." Immediately, my mind asked me, "What can we do? What can happen? What do you need to do to be able to achieve this?" So when you believe that you have the capacity to be rich, your mind will start looking at possibilities. That possibility will not come if you keep your mind shut at the possibility of making money. So recently, I started thinking of, okay, I have good hair, and I've been doing a couple of things that help my hair to grow, and people have been asking me questions about my hair. Maybe I should venture into creating hair products, since I know much about hair, and build it. Before now, I could not conceive it. I could not even think about that possibility. But now it is becoming a residual thought in my mind. I'm just saying that it starts in your mind. If you believe that you can make money, you will start having eyes that see, mind that conceives ideas that can get you money, right? So, and also before now, I only didn't want to do anything online that would give me money. I just wanted to come and write, go back, right? Just write and impact and influence. If you're in my shoes, please stop it. I just wanted to come and write and go. And then at some point, I started becoming angry because I was not making money. Money was not coming from anywhere. Just the little I have, I'll use it to buy data and come on and write, maybe go live for hours. I was investing in people, but I was not investing in myself. I was not investing in my financial future. So it was a mindset reprogramming that I had to undergo to see that there's a possibility of me monetizing what I have up here. There's a possibility of me monetizing the attention that I have. And that is what I started doing, right? So for me, it starts from the mind, just like every other person here has said. And when I started saying, okay, I can actually make money, I should make money, I looked at my skill sets, because for you to make money, you have to know what you can do, right? In this economy now, when people are seeing scarcity, some people see scarcity as an avenue to make money.
We can't hear you louder now.
Can you hear me, Rosie?
It's a little bit low. I don't know why.
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know.
I can hear her very loud and clear.
Okay, go ahead then.
Okay, so before now, I didn't want to monetize my timeline, but then I started thinking, okay, I think I have something to monetize. When I started having the possibility in my mind that I can make money, I started asking myself, or my mind started opening up to the possibility of what I can monetize. Because I don't used to think that I can do physical business. So that knowledge aspect, that knowledge economy looked attractive. So I started looking at what I can monetize. Because the first thing is, when you want to create wealth, you look at avenues, what you can monetize, what you can do, what comes more naturally to you, and you start there, right? So for me, it was what I had in my head. it was the knowledge that I had in my head, that I have, and the experience that I've had. And then I started monetizing. I put out my courses, and early this year, I put out my communication course, and it did absolutely well. And I didn't stop there. I have been selling it in the background. But then, ordinarily, also, Chinaza would have stopped at just selling that course and moved on with it. But I have also had to look at other things that I can do. Okay, people are asking me to talk about what they do. And for the longest time, I told them, no, I don't do influencing. Go to other people that have other audiences. Let them influence for you. I am not promoting anything. But then I looked at it and said, okay, this is an avenue for me to make money. This is a channel. This can be a stream of income for me. And I'm currently thinking also of creating another digital product. Me, I'm huge on digital product because yes, they take a lot to create in the beginning, but the ROI, the return on investment, is massive, right? And this knowledge economy, you cannot milk it enough. Like, you cannot milk it enough. And what I tell people is, at every point you are, there's somebody that wants to get to where you are, no matter how little you know. There's someone that wants to get to where you are. I see videos on YouTube that teach how to boil water, how to boil egg. And I'm like, whoa. Seriously? Don't monetize how to walk on heels. Someone did that on Instagram and she's making millions. Isn't it? So what can you sell? What do you know? What do you know? Don't think it is too trivial. Or a friend of mine was creating a course on IG, on Instagram, Instagram visibility. And she said she was so shocked. She was so shocked to know that so many people do not know what link in bio is on Instagram. Like, click the link in my bio. They don't know what it is. And we trivialize this thing. So somebody can actually not take course to teach how to find out how to locate your link in bio on Instagram. And it's a sell because the people that do not know that do not have that knowledge, right? So you can look at what you can monetize your knowledge. You can look at monetizing your skill. So recently, I started taking up writing gigs. I just wanted to write for myself. I didn't want anything that would trouble me. I just wanted to write for myself. But then I see that in this economy, for me to thrive, I need to diversify, right? I needed to diversify. And what did I do? I looked at, okay, I can write and be paid also. I can write for a newspaper and I can get paid. I can write for a magazine and I can get paid, right? So it is that diversification that will help me to thrive, because if I focus on just one stream of income, it's like me being on a salary, just waiting for my salary to come before I enjoy life. And I hate, and I say it again, I hate not having options. I hate not being able to afford what I need. I hate not being able to get the basic things that I actually need, just like Rosie said, and just like John said. So I started diversifying my income. I started looking at other channels that I can monetize. And not only that, just like Don said, I started thinking of how to get what I already have to more people. And that is what Facebook ads. That is collaborating with people. That is, attending conferences to reach more people. And it's just so funny because we didn't even have this conversation backstage, and all they are saying are the things that I already had planned to say too. So I started going to events because I know that connections happen. The best connections happen at events, right? Where you go to people who are coming here, are people who are like-minded, people who are goal-oriented. And then I started collaborating also because you need visibility. You cannot get enough visibility. The Don has over 100,000 following on Facebook, and he's still looking at how to reach more people. So personally also, I collaborate with other people also to reach their audience. Very important. And when they come to see what I do, they buy from me. Some of the strategies that I use are direct, and some of them are subtle. Every day I receive question, how can I buy your book? Even though I don't even sell the book outrightly. How can I buy your book? Do you have a writing course? I need to learn how to communicate better. I love the way you talk. Can you teach me? I say I have a public speaking course, apart from the ads that I'm running. Do you get it? So it all starts from your mind. And like I said, I'm not wealthy right now, but I'm on the path to creating wealth. And I think that's what we all need to do. We need to get the right information and get started, because wealth is not created in a day, and Rome was not built in a day, right? So just learn what you need to, and apply yourself. You cannot keep complaining, especially in this age when technology is a leveler. Like, you can leverage technology and actually go really far, make money. I was speaking with one of my cousins, and it was like, is this one that is this business now that is best, and it's not a business I'm proud of. I told him, you can actually come online, you can leverage tech, you can learn so many skills, data analysis, and I think one of the things that are also helping me is skill stacking. You don't have only one skill, right? You have the ability to create a landing page. You have the ability to create a funnel for your business. Very, very important, because you want to be able to save as much as you can, right? So I can create my own landing page. I'm learning right now to be able to purchase website, my domains, to configure them in my back end, to set up a complete funnel, so that I won't have to outsource it to someone else when I can do it by myself. And I won't have to also depend on someone else's timeline to get the job done for me. So if I can write, I can speak, I can create courses, and I can create landing pages for myself. What is keeping me? It's only a matter of time before I build actually the work that I'm looking for. But I've gotten started. So don't remain a writer just to say don't just say I'm a writer or I'm a public speaker. Stack your skills. You cannot say you are a writer and you're not a public speaker. You cannot say, oh, I'm only good at speaking, I can't talk, I can't write. What are you doing? What are you doing? Look for avenues to add to what you know. Look for avenues to add to what you know. If you are a computer scientist, like you graduated from computer science as a student, you can add data analysis to it. Just stack up on skills. You can add Canva design, so you're able to design your own flyers. Does this make sense? The more skills you have, the more you earn. That's where I'm going to stop for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Naza, for this exposition. I mean, for example, see what we are doing. We spoke about this before we went live, and I said right now we are all on one another's platform. Like, we are live. Unlike before, I'm hosting this live conversation, and it's only appearing on my timeline. But now, people are watching you directly on your own timeline. People are watching Rose on their own timeline. People are watching from my own timeline. I mean, so now I'm on your timeline. Rose is being seen on your own timeline. So collaboration is really the great thing that can happen now for people to build their
Yes.
platforms. And if you noticed amongst my masterminds, we decided that in the city of Port Harcourt, 5 of us have come together and we are trying to be a dominant force in this city. So what it means is that I'm talking about Maple, I'm talking about Richard, I'm talking about Namdi, I'm talking about Isaiah Olumati, just like that. And the same way they are also. I mean, I remember even noticing this thing many years ago when I started out in this two space, whereby you find that somebody like the man that taught me how to do to do launches, So Jeff will be launching the product, and you find that I will receive like 10 different emails of the same thing that Jeff Walker was launching at the time, because these guys are formed part of a mastermind, and so they are projecting one another. So I receive email from this individual, receiving, and then yeah, they are working as an affiliate basically, and so they are trying to, sometimes I'll do one another, whereby this person is giving 20 bonuses, this one is giving 10, all to make sure that you participated in Jeff's Jeff's offer, which was amazing at the time. And so we are doing the same thing for ourselves. The more that we expose one another to different platforms, people see us, see what we're doing, and there is a higher possibility for them to hire us to do jobs, and then we earn a lot more, as a result of all that. And so, thanks for that thought on collaboration
You just said
regarding
something now, Don. Can I add
being able to
something?
build a personal economy for yourself.
Can I say something just now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So you mentioned collaboration,
Go ahead.
and it's really important. I'm saying this out now so that the universe can hear me. We have to learn to collaborate more than compete, because collaboration is the new thing, right? It's the best that we can do. I am big no, I have an idea for fashion. I want to enter into fashion, right? But I know that I suck. I know that I suck at fashion, but I have an idea. I have an idea of the brand I want to build, of the projection of the perception of the kind of clothing I want to, kind of clothing line I want to put out. But I don't have that fashion idea. I don't have that fashion sense, right? So what can I do? I'm currently on the search for somebody whom I can collaborate with on this idea to found maybe a company, maybe an organization, maybe a firm, maybe to found this fashion, to flesh out this fashion idea. So don't say, oh, I only have this. I'm waiting until I gather all the knowledge before you start. Look for somebody whose strength is your weakness and collaborate. You can make more money from that. You don't have to do everything by yourself, If I'm somebody who can ideate, but I lack at execution, I look for somebody who may not really know how to ideate, but is very big on execution. You give them ideas and they carry it on. Both of us can make a perfect team. It's just knowing yourself, understanding your vision, and then looking for a vision partner, somebody that you can, collaborate with on that vision and see how far that you can go. A good number of the companies that we know were not founded by single individuals, right? They were founded by a couple of people, maybe 2 or 3 people, or even 5 people who believed in that same idea. And that idea did not come from all of them at once. It was somebody that brought it out, and the others keyed into it, and they worked together to, flesh it out. And some of them are multi-billion-dollar companies today. So collaboration over competition. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Rosie, go ahead.
Yep. Okay. Building wealth, like I said, is a thing of the mind.
A question for you, Rosie. Given the fact now that even in running our physical businesses, for example, for my real estate company in Owerri, the normal salaries that we used to pay staff are no longer enough because of for example, when I went to Owerri, I decided to enter public transport by myself to see how much I could actually spend going from my house, my parents' house in Owerri, to the office. The normal place that we used to enter buses to the office, that used to be 100 naira, was now 300 naira. And so from my house, from my parents' house in Owerri, that getting to the office used to be 150. But I ended up spending 500 naira just for me to understand, what our staff were going through. And now we have the cost to raise their salaries because transportation has more than doubled. Also, the amount of fuel that we put in the buses, in the bus that we use for our inspections. And now that has led us to say that we will increase the prices of our lands, because what we projected at the beginning of the year is no longer working. So there were projections we made in alignment, in with respect to our financial revenues that we're expecting before the year ends. But because we did not factor in that petrol will be what it is today, now we have to factor that in. We have to make
Yeah.
some increments on our lands, so that we can be at a certain point where we are not making more losses. And so, what will you say to individuals who are running businesses, physical businesses, and you go to the market today, the price has changed? For example, my wife now that does pop, she goes today, price has changed. I don't know how long you can keep increasing the products that you are offering to the public, and your customers will not like, you know, because they are also feeling the bite, they're also feeling the pinch. So, what are your thoughts on this with regards to also building a personal economy for yourself in this time that we find ourselves?
Okay, great. The whole idea of building a personal economy kind of, it makes me really, really happy. You know why? These are things that have worked. The truth is, Nigeria is not suffering as much as many countries are. A friend of mine was having a conversation with me a few days ago when we're talking about what's going to happen. Okay, we're at the hall, went to check out the hall for the Wealth Creation Conference. So we're just having conversation. Someone called him and says they were returning to Nigeria. Nigeria was a lot better. So that kind of, started up the conversation. How can someone actually say Nigeria is better than any other place? I found it unbelievable. But I was educated. He showed us in countries that we think we don't even know what we have at the moment. He gave instances with what's happening in North Korea, for instance. North Korea, you can't even talk, ill about the government. If you do that, you're executed outrightly. So you don't have freedom of speech. There's a lot of freedom we enjoy at the moment that most countries do not have. Mentioned other countries too that are going through a whole lot. So we should be grateful in Nigeria that we are not like these other countries who can't even. So like when things go up, nobody complains. You just keep working with it and it's fine. For us as individuals, what I feel makes us most of the time to feel the country is not working, the leaders have failed us and all of that is we have this entitlement mentality. Like we feel Nigeria should give us what it's supposed to be actually. But from coming from the part where when it's not happening, why should you, go worry? Why should you give up? Why should you now suddenly say, okay, because this is not working, well, Nigeria has failed me, and you accept that Nigeria has failed you, and you decide to swim in the ocean of failure instead of looking for opportunities, which, by the way, says that us every other day. Instead of looking for solutions to that problem, what we have up here is enough. It depends on how you want to utilize it. So if we want to think about what's happening currently, I would like to ask that question. How many of us even try as much as we can to go out of our way, do the extra, think out of the box? Okay, people are cashing out presently with this economy, whether we like it or not. People are still flying business. People are still building. People are living their normal life. So why do you have to, recoil to that part where you're one of the most defeated and allow Nigeria to happen to you? So when I think about that, and the more you ask questions, the more you want to know, the more you desire to know, the more solutions, the more answers you get. So by way of helping yourself in this economy, begin to ask questions, begin to want to know. In retrospect, find out what you can actually do to improve your current state. As a company, what can you do to improve the current state of your staff? As whatever it is, there's always a solution to every problem, whether we just need to think, and thinking comes from not knowing. When we now know, we can implement. For me, what works for me first and foremost is relationships. Relationship matters a lot, especially this time now. Who do you know? Who do you connect with? What is your circle like? Who do you have discussions with? What kind of discussions do you have in a round table? How are you seeking knowledge to improve yourself? So if you sit, I remember someone who told me that if I'm in the midst of smart people, if I'm in the midst of people and I'm the smartest, then that makes me retarded in knowledge. That makes me I won't be able to grow. That will make me not to be anything So I should seek for relationships that would always push me to the other level. And by so doing, these people who are always bigger than me will definitely come to my aid. Like they will support my business if I pitch any product they want to buy, even when they don't have any, because I have built a relationship and I have nurtured it. And you don't package, what do you call it, inadequacies. You don't package incompetency. You don't package average and bring to the table. You must have what these people are looking for. So it makes it a lot easier for you to establish that relationship that would last the face of time. I'm a product of solid relationship. Like most of the times, I don't struggle because there are 1, 2, 3 persons who I have done a favor for a long time ago, either by volunteering to do something that I would have ordinarily charged, or either by, there's always something I'm offering. There's always one value here and there. So these people are all there sitting, waiting to return the favor. So when I say I want to do something, like the first station where I buy fuel, I can't remember the last time I used money to fill my tank. Initially, my tank, to get my tank filled up, I spent about 12 to 15,000. Now it's over 30,000. But I have never spent money on filling my tank, and I have not done less than half tank, even in this hard economy. My tank is always full. Yesterday, one of my friends was asking me, how do you do it? I said, well, I have paid the price. So we need to start looking into building solid relationships if you want to improve your economy. That is honest truth. Because the people who have this money are there. So are they in your circle? Or are you surrounded with people who can't even have intelligent conversations with you? Are you surrounded with people who will look for a way to tarnish somebody's image and just talk down on people and gossip over nothing? Time wasters. So if you check your circle, you build a solid relationship. When you do that, nurture that relationship. It may not really pay now, but for me, it has paid over time. So this is me reaping from what I had done in the past. So solid relationship is one. Then two, how prepared are you? I remember when this election wanted to happen, so many persons were like, including myself, of course, we wanted Peter to win. Peter was our man and all of that. But however, at some point, because I think a lot all the time, I want to always know why, okay, what is the worst case scenario? I was quick to realize that this is Nigeria. A lot of things happen. I don't want to dwell on the politics of Nigeria, but like if you are someone who thinks, you would always see whatever that would happen before it even happens, kind of. So I kept saying, what if Peter Obi doesn't win this election? What's going to happen? So many persons have built their world around that win. I had to come live on Facebook on my timeline one second time. I remember I said, you don't have to hang in, like laying all your eggs in one basket. What if Peter Obi loses? What is your life going to be like? Are you going to still keep bickering about it? Are you going to still keep feeling entitled? No. You have to prepare and wait instead of waiting to prepare in case opportunities come up. So when you don't prepare, opportunities come and is at your face, you lose it. And at the end of it, you go back recoiling and crying and bickering and all of that. So most of the time, too, the second thing we do not do is prepare for opportunities. I've lost a very big opportunity last year, August to be precise, almost 1 year. I'm going to celebrate that loss. What was the loss? I had an opportunity to travel to Morocco and MC a 50th birthday party of my friend. I didn't have an international passport. I thought was something that could happen in 2-3 weeks, 6 weeks max, like they told me, the immigration officer told me. That passport took almost 1 year. It's almost 1 year, right, before it was. So that got me depressed, but it taught me a lesson. I was not prepared when an opportunity called. I now learned to prepare and wait for opportunities instead of waiting for an opportunity to come up before I start preparing. So that's exactly what happens to most of the time. So in this economy, there are loads of opportunities waiting. Are you prepared? How ready are you? If a call comes in now and says, how ready are you? So if you're also on that path where you keep waiting, opportunities may not even come. You need to go and look for it. You need to create opportunities. You need to create it by yourself. And the human beings that you're surrounded by are the ones with these opportunities. They are the ones with this money that would improve your life. They're the ones with this money that you're praying to have a thriving economy. What is the relationship with them? And how valuable are you? If you go to them and say, I want this, can you get it? That's another thing. So you should always be ready to face the music. Leave the entitlement mentality completely. I learned that from my father. My father would always tell us then when we were growing, when I was still trying to ask questions, why was I even born into this family? Like, he said, see, my father, who is my grandfather, that's his own father, who is my grandfather, did not give him a dime. He didn't inherit anything from his father. The only thing he got from his father was a walking stick. And he showed us the walking stick. We all sat together that day in a family meeting, and I was, that taught me something. That also taught me a lesson. Okay, so what do I want this man? Where do I want him to get this money to send me abroad for my studies or masters or whatever? This man, this is all he is at the moment. So it is time for me to go out there and look for what to do to myself. And I didn't just work on me. I started working on my younger ones because all of them were already entitled, feeling entitled. Dad has to sell a land before they can become somebody or before they can establish a business or something. And I said, no, that's not how it works. What can you do? My immediate younger sister likes to cook. I said, you can actually start up a business with this knowledge you have. You love the kitchen a whole lot. Let's look at something. I went to Port Harcourt because of her. We set up a restaurant. And she's the one who keeps greeting me and appreciating me every day. Because she was also a teacher then, earning just 20,000 naira. So you don't have to feel entitled that my dad should bring money. No, that was the wrong concept. And I'm very grateful to God that we were able to take that away. And everybody's okay seeing it now. Today, look at what is happening for life. It's to keep you for. I remember Ugochukwu Mogo said once, the reason you are poor is because all your life you have been listening to people who are poor. You are surrounded by poor people. Everything you do reeks of poverty. And except to change that narrative by critically thinking of what you can do, by seeking knowledge. That is why, when America said, my penchant for knowledge inspires him. I am one crazy person who can travel to any part of the world just to get knowledge. And these things don't come cheap, but it's the fastest way for me to grow. My journey is just 3 years old, but I am amazed at how much I have done even for myself and for my family. So most times, I remember how I started. Social media wasn't my thing anyway. Emeka, if you would remember, you were the one who taught me to do what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't go live for anything. And then he tells me, look in the camera. It's the lens. It's just you and the lens. Look at the camera and do what you have to do. That was like a year ago. And that was the beginning of every other thing that I've ever done in life. So you need to look at creating relationships that will last the test of time. Another thing you need to do is create the MSC board. I call it MSC board. The reason is this. If you don't have a mentor in your life, you remain poor. If you don't have a sponsor in your life, you remain poor. If you don't have a coach in your life, poverty will continue to embrace and keep you. And that is the truth. Because my journey has been shortened or reduced because of the MSC factor in my life, which is the mentor, the sponsor, the coach. When I am weary and I think I can't do it, there's a mentor to tell me, hey, your vision may be big, but it's not yours. It's God's assignment. You're just an instrument. And once I pick that, I run with it. At every point when I want to execute a project, I have built a relationship. And so there's a sponsor that would just say, okay, how much do you need to do this? This is what I can give. And before you know it, we have cooked the money to do whatever. I would never have believed I'd be hosting an event in Sheraton Hotel, for the love of God. I'm just 3 years old in this journey. But then look at it. Like when it started happening, I thought it was a joke. Where I even wanted to use, it did not work. The brand I went into partnership with rejected the hall I wanted to use. They said, no, it's below standard. You are going to teach people to create wealth. That means you need to exude opulence. You need to look like everything wealth. We can do this. And before I knew it, we went into partnership. What did it take me? Register for a real estate, become a vision partner with a real estate. And then today, I'm so proud I made that one decision a few months ago. I'm not just now doing the vintage thing, the public speaking, the MC. I'm also into real estate right now. And going into real estate is the best decision that I have made in 2023, because that decision has expanded my relationship circle. The people that I now meet with, like tomorrow I have meetings with these guys. I don't know how it happened. But then it's more like I was intentional with dreaming big. I was intentional with my plans. I didn't want this economy, in quotes, to affect me or determine how I should live my life. No way. I am bigger than the economy, so the economy should not frustrate me. So when I do that, I look at the possibilities of who I can meet to help me get this things done. And it's working. So, but if I had sat in my house like a couch potato, crying over what the economy is doing, crying over why subsidy was removed, crying over the hike in fuel, crying over, I will not make any growth step. I won't take any growth step at all. So sitting at home and complaining is one thing that is keeping us in the state that we are. Even for companies, you cannot, because the economy is bad, you start treating your staff bad. No, you should also look for ways of making sure that as the economy is trying to do something, you're also doing something on your own, right? So it all begins with the mindset, like we said. So don't look at the Nigeria you desire. Dream it, visualize it, normalize visualizing that even when there's a casting down, for you, you'll be screaming there's a lifting up. When you do that, you find out that these challenges, somebody is talking about, well, it's 600, and I don't understand what that means. It's not pride. It is because I have worked and I've put in fact, you don't know how much I work. So, and because I know I'm saddled with a lot of responsibilities, I cannot come and fold my hands. I'm not from a family, I'm not from Dangote or Davido's family. So there's nobody that will give us. So all of that had to push me into the street. So I hustle like a man and make sure that I have a target to meet every month. So in order to also meet up with this economy, you have to set targets. The more the economy tries to, the more you increase your target. And just like both of us have already said, you need to look for ways of expanding your income stream. You have to make sure that you're not earning from one source. You have to make sure that you're a valuable person. There are opportunities staring you in the face every time, all right? And the only way you can actually learn is by being open to knowledge. Normalize attending conferences that are knowledge-based. Normalize attending, events, projects. You can even execute yours. If you have the relationship bank I talked about, they could help you run this thing. Collaboration is part of it. If you don't have, collaborate with someone who you know can actually help you live out your vision. But like I would always say, any day you let go without a knowledge, an added knowledge, no matter how small it is, it's a wasted day. And that's how you keep suffering in the economy and making it look like Nigeria owes you. Even if Nigeria owes you, what do you want to do about it? That's the question at this point. So don't let Nigeria keep you out there and make you become the worst person you never imagined you can be. All right, you can actually get above it. And then what I also say lastly on that is by way of summary, you need to, after you have increased your income stream, expanded your knowledge bank, try to make effort, being intentional with the people you meet. Please, that second part is very important to me. When I cut off some group of persons in my life, when I deleted and used the block button for some persons, it was like, when I wanted to do it, it felt like I was going to die. It felt like it was going to be so overwhelming. Like, these are people who have built relationships with over 10 years and counting. So why would I suddenly, the day I decided to do that, to sanitize my contact list, to sanitize even on Facebook, everything, that was the first day I experienced an exponential growth. I tried it a second time and I saw that it's working. So now in my circle, everybody in my circle is bigger than me. These are big boys who are balling, big women who are balling, intelligent people that when I sit with them, I learn a whole lot that I can implement and keep getting better. Some people like the shortcut, the long process thing. Okay, instead of paying for a course, you think it's too expensive. But if you identify one person who you know their courses work like magic, like Emeka don't know this will never pitch a course and I will not buy. It's not possible because I know how much those things, and I know how this journey started. So the same thing with Tina, as I was telling her the other day, I had to fly all the way from Abuja to Lagos just to see her. Not because I was going to Lagos to do anything, not because I was going there or I had a family that, no, that's how crazy I can be. When I'm hungry for knowledge, when I want to learn something, I would do that. I flew all the way from Abuja to Benin just to attend a conference. I didn't have any business going there. But because I knew I had set my mind on something I wanted to achieve, I did it. It will be expensive, or it is expensive, but at the end of it, it's always very rewarding. Now, that Benin trip is what has triggered the World Christian Conference too. And this conference is something that, even if the hall is not filled up or whatever happens, I have achieved a target. It's a focus. I focus on something, and it's a goal that I am determined to crush. And the people surrounding me that are pushing this vision have hijacked it. They said, Rosemary, you don't know how big this vision is. Your economy is not detrimental or determined by the government. You can create your own economy, you can create your own world, you can create your own empire, you can create your kingdom, but it all depends on you. Are you sure you are ready? Then if you're ready, be open to learn. Reduce the time you spend with people who do not add value, who limit your growth, who will never believe in your dreams, who will never tell you, okay, let it be people, okay, what business, what can we do to make 100K this month? What can we do to make 50K this month? You know, those are the kind of people you should be able to interact with or have in your circle. So at the end of this session, please go and check your circle. If it's not circling, please delete. Even if it's one person that is in that circle, allow that one person and grow first before you now start looking up. When you grow, trust me, people will start. So this is me now that they are doing VIP treatment for. I went to Port Harcourt for conversations with the Don. I didn't pay for my ticket. The hotel I stayed in, I didn't pay for it for 3 days. It was a student, my coaching student that took care of all of that. And I was like, is this a magic or is this miracle? Is this how it happens? And I started enjoying what the mechanism they need to enjoy. And I'm like, okay, so this is how this thing works. Great. I will do more so that they can, and you know, and then the sponsorship coming for CWCC. A lot of people have been sponsored, but I will not. They must pay commitment fee to come and learn, because people don't appreciate free things in this part of the world. If you just make it, okay, it's not like we cannot make CWCC a free event, but I've noticed something. Just like if you ask American, he will tell you never host an event in Abuja. Abuja has a way of frustrating all your efforts, but somehow we have also tried to find a way to wriggle out of it. You know, so don't be disillusioned when you have that one big dream. Dare to dream it even. The academy I'm going to launch on that work is for young children, teenagers who are doing great things. Even in this economy, a child is earning 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 daily. The girl that made my hair, this hair that I'm carrying, is just 17 years old. I'll be 16, 17, just wrote her WAEC. And she made this hair. She charged me 10,000 naira because it was room service. I put it on Facebook. I was like, well, when I was your age, I don't know what I was doing at 16 and 17. And then while she was making my hair, she had gotten another call. She had booked some other person for 4 p.m. So she needed to round up to still go and meet up that person and all of that. A day before I was able to reach her, she couldn't come because she was making so much. So this holiday, she's been cashing out daily. She's 16, 17. I'm going to showcase her on that stage that day so that she can inspire young people. Because one thing I learned is that I learned how to do certain things at a very old age. That's what I said. I'm in my 30s, but then I wish I had learned these things at 17, like this blessing that inspired me to start up that academy, right? Because the other one, one of the dresses I'm going to use for conversation, the World Creation Conference, was made by a 19-year-old. My staff, my sewing business here, my staff, they are 19 and 20, right? So these are young people who are doing so many things. So an adult has no reason to complain whatsoever, because the economy will continue to be what it is. But it's up to you to take the bull by the horn. You cannot, because the economy is bad, then to stop living your life or decide to commit suicide or get disillusioned and all of that. No. The best thing you can do, start thinking out of the box. God has given you this wisdom. God has given you knowledge. God has given you all that you need. Anything you require, everything you require to succeed and excel in this time is in your hands. Every single thing is not in anybody's hands. It's up to you to just decide, okay, be angry with your spirit. Dare your spirit. Okay, now, this is it. What can I do differently? That question is a very powerful one. I remember when an influencer told me, you don't ask an influencer, how can I need your help? Please help me. It's a very wrong note to start. Go there and ask, what can I do to be in your circle? How can I do this to improve? You know, there are questions you ask, and then when the person, okay, what do you have? Then make sure before you go to ask them for whatever it is, that you also have something you can offer. And that makes the both of you. All right. So when you reduce the time, instead of wasting a lot of time watching Big Brother, I'm not saying don't watch Big Brother. I just imagine what I would do with that time, right? You need to be intelligent to make money instead of watching whatever it is on social media that will not improve your life. You can only do these things when you have made money now. Then you have all the time in the world to start. You can afford that type of time. But at the moment, if you're building, you have to dedicate most of your time to things that can help you grow and not things that will waste your time. And then at the end of it all, it's for nothing. 90% of my friends at the moment, since January to today, are people who are wealthier, people who are more knowledgeable, wiser. They are older than me. I'm always the smallest, the least in my circle. And the reason is it is helping me grow. So you could also look at that. You could adopt that principle and make sure that you have a circle that helps you learn. American Hobbies has masterminds. That kind of circle can help you grow. You can look for an accountability partner or a group. I have an accountability group that we keep checking on ourselves. And that was something in January. And since that time, it has always worked magic. All right. Then be open to knowledge. The desire, let the hunger to know help you grow. Be open to knowledge that every time when you see conferences, attend. I was admitted last week. I was in the hospital for almost 1 week, right? I had nervous breakdown. But there was a conference that was supposed to happen on Saturday, or rather, it was slated for Saturday, which is last week Saturday. Connect conference. John Obidi was coming for that conference. I left the hospital. I didn't tell the doctor, I didn't tell anybody where I was going to. I was not fully recuperated. But that's how crazy I can be. But these things are always rewarding, like I said. You need to dare. Let God crown your effort. I left the hospital and went to my Tama for that conference. It was the greatest risk I've ever taken in my life. But today, did I reach for, oh my goodness, almost 20 people that I've added to the people attending my conference came from that one conference. Because Emmanuel Abe has said something about it. I met him there that day. I met a lot of influencers. So connection is powerful. Networking. Chinaza mentioned something about that. Travel for conferences. Travel to learn. Travel to know. Don't look at the money. If you want to do something, prepare for it. I don't just jump into the flight and start traveling. I would have prepared for it. And before I go, I say that one prayer. Let this journey favor me. And by the time I go, I always return with good news. I always return with one knowledge that will take me to the next level. And that's how I built the 8 businesses that I'm currently on. And then lastly, now I am into real estate. I never envisaged myself. But then Dr. Dere told me that thing. Most of you people are here watching. He told me one thing. He said, if you want WCCC to get to the next level, you need to also expand your thinking. You need to learn how to think and expand your knowledge pipeline. I don't forget that word. Which was what I did. By what? I had to register. I paid in millions, yes. It looks like, are you stupid? Even most of my team members are like, are you crazy? In this economy, like this, you want to take the money you want to. I have seen something they couldn't see. Now, that partnership has the likes of Pat Utomi that owns Lagos Business School. He has, even Ugochukwu Mogo is in that circle. He has Dr. Abioye. He has, so this, you can imagine these people, and I am a vision partner with them. So tomorrow now, if you see me invite you for housewarming, you start saying something else, but you will not remember the process, the intentional steps that we are taking. Making money is not cheap, but it is rewarding. The money you're looking for is also looking for you, but the difference is that it has not seen the version of you that it wants, and so it will never be attracted to you. Intentional decisions can help you. Be proactive in your thoughts and make sure that you go all out to improve your finances, all right? That's basically what I think at the moment that can help both individual and groups to thrive in this beautiful economy. For me, it's not a bad one anyway. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rosie. So we're going to be wrapping up this session. We have done 1 hour, 19 minutes so far. So Rosie, I want you also to tell us about the conference and how we can sign up to be part of the conference and every other thing in between regarding the conference that is coming up on the 12th of August, 2023, right there in the city of Abuja. Please go ahead.
Okay, the Wealth Creation Conference, CWCC, is a gathering of trailblazers, like most of you would have known. The wealth pillars, industry experts. I have mentioned the speakers, but I would still say it again just for the sake of those who are just joining us. It has Ugochukwu Mogo, it has Emeka Nobis, it has Chinaza Favor, it has Dr. Bioye Oke of Lifestyle Hub Academy, it has Lemmy Johnson Gloria, and it also has Sam Sule, the mindset mentor. These are the guys who I've looked through. I have followed them for pretty some time, and they are part of my success story. What they have put inside of me that is working is what I want them to teach you on that day. You are coming to learn what can help you build a thriving, a personal economy in this time of uncertainties. You're coming to learn how to improve your personal economy. You're coming to learn how to create generational wealth that will last the test of time. So you won't have to start looking at the government and blaming them tomorrow. When you learn how to create this wealth, then it becomes a walkover or a walk in the park for you and your children. Do something that your children, your future children will thank you for. Do something that the generation will thank you for. It's also a way of impact. So for the Wealth Creation Conference, it's happening on the 12th of August, 2023. That is less than 2 weeks from today. And the venue is Sheraton, former Sheraton Hotel, but it's of course Abuja Continental Hotel now. The time is 9 a.m. At 9, registration has started. I have a very wonderful team that has actually been working together with me, and we are ready. We have been ready. What we need is to fill up that hall. So I need you and you and you to be able to buy your tickets. We have different tickets in different tiers: 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, and 200,000. The 10,000 is for everybody, at least, no matter how difficult the economy is. You can pay for that knowledge. And then when you get in there, you find out that you should have paid for 1 million naira. Remember what happened to me when I attended the conversations at 43, Emeka no visit. When I got into the hall, I saw so much value. Like, literally, I'm like, this is for this amount. No way. I was feeling like I cheated him. I quietly sent an extra to say this is to augment for what I had paid earlier, because I mean, the value I am taking home wouldn't have been for this fee you charged. And I also asked, how did you do it? So that's the experience you're going to have that day. The experience is going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be transformational. I know that on that day, with the League of Speakers that will be impacting your life, there will definitely be generational wealth creators. We will raise wealth creators. We'll raise people who will not think the economy as bad, but people who will be positive with their thoughts, positive with their whatever they speak, and be affirmative with what happens in their life, right? So that at the end of that gathering, you will have cause to say, Father, Lord, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to have gone to attend this conference. And by the way, it is a knowledge-based conference, so you have every reason to be there. Don't blame your village people tomorrow when you miss this opportunity and say it's them that made you. You are your village. You can't read that Emeka's book. Now you be your own village mentor or mentor. So don't think the economy. And lastly, before Emeka, can I tell them what we have for them?
Yeah, go ahead.
That can also help them attend.
Go ahead.
Okay, so lastly, because of you in this live, after this live, and at 12 midnight tomorrow, we will stop the discount sales for tickets. We have decided to do a 50% discount for the 10K tier. So for this live, because of these two beautiful people who are here, who are also your speakers on that day, we are going to be allowing 5,000 naira tickets for CWCC, so that you will not say we did not try for you. You can now afford CWCC tickets. And you can also attend for free. How? You may be wondering. When you sell 10 tickets to 10 people, the 11th ticket becomes your own. That's also doing the affiliate thing. So when you sell 10 tickets at 10,000 or 25, not 5,000 naira tickets, 10 tickets for 10 people, the 11th one becomes yours. You sell to another 10 persons, you get a second ticket. You sell to another 3, the third set of 10,000, you get another ticket. So you can actually, through this affiliate part, even empower a lot of people from your village to attend CW. Because when you have 5 free tickets, you can't use all of them, right? So you can give somebody to attend. So that means you can also, even as much as you don't have money to pay, you can actually get someone else to attend by giving the person the free ticket you got. So you won't just work at getting 1 free ticket. You can work at getting 10, 15, as many as you want to. And that's the most beautiful discount package you can give to you. But for this live till 12 midnight tomorrow, the 5,000 discount, that's my birthday discount sales or tickets for everyone who joins this live. And after 12 midnight, then you will not blame us. So don't stop yourself from attending to WCC. There's a reason to be there. Wealth is calling you. You are a wealth creator. Never forget that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Nazar, for being here. Nazar, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rosie. I believe that people will watch the live stream, the replay of the live stream. I'll be part of what we're sharing. We've done 1 hour 28 minutes. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation, and to everyone who joined this conversation live from different parts of the world. I can see some individuals from outside of Nigeria, from the US, and from the UK. Thank you so much. Tell your friends who are living in Nigeria on how they can participate in the coming conference on the 12th of August 2023, in the city of Abuja, as Rosie has said. All right, so to wrap up, Nazar, I don't know if you have a final comment in a few seconds before we say good night.
Of course I do, and all I have to say is you don't have to miss this conference. So you really don't have to. Trust me, you don't want to miss this conference. Like, my heart will bleed for you if you miss this conference. Because apart from me now being a speaker at this conference, I'll be listening to Emeka Nobi. Have you heard him speak before? Let's forget social media thing. Have you heard him speak? Have you heard Rosie? Rosie is spitting out fire here, but trust me, she has a lot more where all this fire is coming from. Have you heard Ugochukwu speak? Samsulenko. My goodness. I'm coming as a speaker and I'll share what I know, but I'm coming also as a learner. I'm coming with a very attentive mind to learn. I'm coming with a mind that is sponge-like to soak in as many information as I can get. Because, I mean, you want to build wealth that your children... You want to build wealth so much that you don't use the children as retirement plan now, like our parents. Right? You don't want to be training your children so that they will have the money to take care of you in your old age. You want to even store up wealth for your children. You don't want to depend on them when you are old. That's the essence of wealth creation, right? So please make sure you come to this event. Like, I'm begging, but I'm not begging. But actually, I'm begging. Make sure, and the reason I'm begging is so that it will be well with you. It will be well with your finances. It will be well with your mind. It will be well with your unborn children. If not for anything, attend this conference for the sake of your children. I know what I'm saying. And this is not to make you buy or to flatter you. Attend this conference by all means. What is 5,000 naira? In 2 days, we are done with 5,000 naira. For those of you who don't spend much. For those of you who like to splurge, shawarma of 5,000 naira is extra large. You go to Mega Chicken or you go to Chicken Republic or Chicken Capital in Abuja, you have finished spending the whole money and you go and cook it out. Right? So make this investment in yourself, in your future, so that you'll be proud of the life that you live when you are older. You don't want to be 70 and you look back on the opportunities that you missed because you just wanted to enjoy the moment. All right, so use this 5,000 naira. Now I know it's in your account, I know it is there, but just looking at it, should I or should I not? It is saying pay me. That 5,000 naira account does not belong to you anymore. It belongs to the world. And trust me, it is nothing compared in value in any way to the knowledge that you'll be getting at the conference. Plus, it does not even cover the cost for the conference. This is more like a charity work. So take advantage of this opportunity and
Not a
attend the conference. I cannot wait to see you there. I cannot wait. And it's not even the 5,000 naira. Get the 25,000 naira, right? The 100,000 naira, the 200,000 naira tickets. Trust me, the things that are involved in the packaging. Those of you who pay 5,000 naira will be jealous, and I don't want jealous. Jealousy is not the fruit of the spirit, right? So do the needful. That's what I can say. The rest of the things I wanted to share here, I will share at the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And from me here, I mean, the ladies have said it. Let me put myself in the middle again.
I was waiting for you to do that.
So now I am in between two beautiful ladies, and there's nothing I can say anymore other than to support what they have said. Please be at the conference. I will be at the conference to speak and also to learn and to connect with. Don't say it too much. To connect to fine people, and you know how it is. All right. Okay, so guys, I look forward to seeing people.
Okay, sorry, Emeka. Sorry, one thing. I just saw Emeka.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody just said, please don't put the website. The website will not take the 5,000 because it's not in the web page for payment. So I will pin the account details that you can pay that 5,000 naira into, because the website, if you go there, there's no provision for 5,000. It was out of the team. They didn't even consult them before I announced it. It's just out of excitement, birthday discount and all of that. So I'll pin the account number. I'll send to Emeka and also send to Chinaza to pin in their own different timelines so that you can make the payments there. So don't forget, it also expires after 12 midnight. At least that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm grateful to you guys. I look forward to having you being there in the city of Abuja one more time. Thank you and God bless you. To everybody who tuned in, good night from here in Port Harcourt, from Chinaza in Lagos, and from Rosie in Abuja. God bless everyone and have a beautiful sleep. Good night.
God bless you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Emeka Nobi. Thank you, Chinaza Favor.